For this project, we're going to be going into the realm of thermal as far as lifting. We're going to build a project from Ray Morse's book, How to Make and Fly Model Hot Air Balloons. He has a nice schematic that he's made up for a hot air balloon, which he's titled a 1930's balloon. So one thing that's good about these schematics that I particularly like, he has really nice, well-drawn dimensions here. It takes a lot of the guesswork out. So one thing that we're going to change on Ray Morse's model is on here he has a burner unit that attaches to his hot air balloon model, and that actually will go up with the balloon. So here in the United States, especially the state of Washington, it is illegal, as far as I'm aware of, to send up fire, attached, or burning source attached to the balloon. So we're going to change that out. We have a thermal inflator that we've put together. If you haven't already, please at the end of this video check out the thermal inflator video. It'd be very informative and show you how it works. Essentially, it's for those who can't or don't want to have the risk of the fire going up with your balloon, your small model builder. This is a great way to kind of dip your toe in the water for lighter than air projects. I've used it many times. It's pretty safe. The construction of it's pretty simple and straightforward. You still need to probably be an adult as you're learning. The current version that I use uses propane. So to construct our model hot air balloon, this 1930s style balloon that we're going to be using, we're actually going to be using tissue paper, and we're going to take these tissue paper squares. Now these tissue paper is very common in gift bags and things like that, that you take this and kind of just stuff it in there. It's very lightweight. Very inexpensive. I actually went and got this from the dollar store. It comes with 24 squares, different colors. I've actually gotten the white ones before, but for $1 to get this many sheets, they're 20 inches by 20 inches each sheet. So for the models that I build, yeah, just go down to the dollar store. You can pick these up pretty cheap. So what we're going to do is, first we're going to, according to the schematics, we're going to build the template for each of our gores, and then we'll take and attach the tissue paper in many sheets, and then we'll put our template on top, and we'll trace around it, and then once we're done cutting out the gores, we'll attach them together, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so our gore is 51.5 inches long and 19.25 inches wide. So first I'm going to do the width. Okay, now we do the overall length. So I'm now completed with my template. I went through and just took each one of these lines, just measure it out and then cut it out. And then I also like to label my templates. So on this one here, I say what it is. I like to give a rough estimate of when I did it as well. So as you get more of these things, it kind of helps keep them straight if you do multiple models. You have your taped paper, you put your template on top. Make sure that you keep your cellophane, at least one I like to try and keep consistent. So I'm just lining up this top one with this line, and that'll keep it consistent between each gore. So when it's all put together, you'll have that cellophane tape in exactly the same spots. I just make sure it's tight. When you're marking your lines or you're tracing your template, if you're using like a felt tip marker, just remember that this tissue paper is really thin, and so it does have a tendency to bleed through. You can see this. So don't do it on a kitchen table unless you put something down first, or some sort of protection, unless you don't care about, like, this is just my work table, but yeah, just be aware of that. Now that we have our gores all cut out in place, I'm going to set aside some of them, and then we're going to begin to glue or tape together the gores one piece at a time. We'll use the method that Ray Morse outlines in his book, where we lay out one flat, lay it on top, and we just kind of rotate as we go. Once you have it overlaid, going to pull it back a little bit. Not that much. You don't want too much. That's about good. So this is now the part where we do this because we're going to fold up one side and work our way over, or you can start in the middle. I don't know, sometimes it's good just to get it. I like to set it in the middle just so that way if your balloon shifts back and forth or the paper does, it doesn't make your balloon all wonky. And there's one down. After doing one, then what we're going to do is go about the middle. Then I mark about halfway on there. Okay, now that we have all our gores taped together, we're now going to insert a ring into this side of things just to keep the end open. This is enough. So my phone died during recording some sections of it, so just to catch up, I have put in a ring to keep the mouth open. Traditionally people use wire. I don't know, I decided to use paper. And so that's what's going to keep the mouth open. I've also included a small basket. I think that'd be fun to do. So that will dangle underneath it. Also, because I live in an area that can be windy and trees and things, I've tethered it. So I've added a tether point here and here. And so then when I pull, it's going to pull on the middle of the bag and also the bottom. So what I'll do is just keep it so that way if it gets too far away, I can pull it back in. So the next step is to take it outside and launch, see how it launches. So here we go.